If town hall is closed, our meeting is canceled. It's not postponed, it's not rescheduled, our meetings are just canceled, and anything on the agenda for next month would get pushed into the April meeting. The only thing we ask, if you're scheduled for a public hearing for the March meeting, and it does get canceled, that you please update your sign, once you get it unburied from the snow, of course. So, all right, we have one set of minutes to approve, the minutes from Tuesday, January 27th. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes, which I did not see any need for correction on, but
So moved.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, and thank you, Julie, good job. All right, the first item on our agenda this evening is the decision. This is an application that the board's already reviewed, we've already conducted a public hearing on, but because of the changes that were made at the last minute and the discussion with the applicant, so we have one decision to make, to kind of read on and pass judgment on. Then we have one public hearing this evening. That's an application that this board's already had an opportunity to review. And then we have two items on for discussion, which are both brand-new items. So the first time we're going to be seeing those. There's no public comment on the items for discussion. At the appropriate time, neighbors will be noticed for those two applications, and we'll take public comment at that appropriate time. So starting right on, I'm going to start with item number 1, Appeal 4143, Robert Bertuzzi, 656 Beekman Road, Hopewell Junction, requesting, nope, doesn't need that first part now. You know what? I'm just going to go read from the resolution. Requesting a variance from the requirements of Section 194-107 of the Town Code and the Schedule of Bulk Regulations for a detached garage to be located in the front yard, and a 48-foot front line variance from the requirements of Note 11 of the Schedule of Bulk Regulations for a proposed detached garage. So, actually, I'll just read the resolution, just makes sense. Whereas the applicant has applied to install a detached garage to store vehicles and other equipment pertinent to a single-family residential home since all other storage space at the property was full, and whereas Beekman Road is a county road and Note 11 of 198 Attachment 3 Schedule of Bulk Regulations reads in part that, quote, on all parcels abutting any state or county road outside the hamlet areas identified in Section 194-4.1, there shall be a minimum setback of 100 feet from the edge of the road pavement to any building, end quote. And whereas the applicant originally applied for a 2-story detached garage with a cupola, and whereas based on feedback from the ZBA, the applicant lowered the height of the structure approximately 3 feet, and whereas there are existing detached garages on neighboring properties, and whereas the most impacted neighbor has sent a letter of support for the proposed garage, and whereas in addition, the applicant changed the proposed location of the detached garage in response to comments from the ZBA, and whereas there is an existing tree line which would partially screen the proposed detached garage, and the applicant has agreed to install additional screening, and whereas the proposed detached garage needs its proposed height to accommodate a lift for the applicant to work on his own cars, the applicant has assured the board that there will be no commercial use nor any apartment space in the proposed garage. And whereas the proposed detached garage includes residential siding and a neutral color to enhance its fit within the neighborhood, and whereas the footprint of the existing house is 1,952 square feet, and whereas this is a type 2 action under seeker, and whereas the legal notice was published in the Poughkeepsie Journal on January 26, 2026, and whereas the Zoning Board of Appeals held and closed the public hearing on January 27, 2026, but reserved its decision for a subsequent meeting, and whereas the Zoning Board of Appeals finds that the granting of the variance will not produce an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood since there are other properties located nearby with a detached garage, and the design of the proposed detached garage minimizes attention to the structure because of its residential design and color. The desired result could not be achieved by other means since there is no other location on the property that would be conducive to a detached garage due to the presence of existing screening, the location of the septic, and other topographical limitations. In addition, any location where the detached garage would be placed would require a variance. The variance from Note 11 of the schedule of bulk regulations is substantial. The variance will not have an adverse effect on or impact on the physical or environmental conditions. Now therefore be it resolved that the Zoning Board of Appeals hereby approves the request of Robert Bertuzzi for a variance from the requirements of Section 194-107 of the Town Code and the Schedule of Bulk Regulations for a detached garage to be located in the front yard and a 49-foot front line variance from the requirements of Note 11 of the Schedule of Bulk Regulations for a detached garage subject to the following conditions. 1, the detached accessory garage shall never be converted to an accessory dwelling unit. And 2, the applicant shall install screening after submitting a plan subject to the approval of the town planner. Be it further resolved that within 5 business days of the adoption of this resolution, the chair or other duly authorized member of the zoning board shall cause a copy of this resolution to be filed with the town clerk and a copy sent to the applicant owner. Is there a second for this motion?
Second.
Thank you, Aziz. So now votes as follows. Aziz.
Aye.
Rocco.
Aye.
Alberto.
Aye.
Art.
Aye.
And myself, no. All right, I've made it clear my opinion about putting a detached garage, new construction detached garage in a front yard. All right, so the motion carries, all right? Item number 2, public hearing. Item number 2, Appeal 4152, Melissa Adams and Jason Stradlowski. I know I said it right last time, but 18 Appalachian West, Hopewell Junction, requesting a 17-foot side yard side line variance for a proposed 15-foot by 20-foot or 300-square-foot in-ground pool pursuant to Section 194-95 in the Schedule of Bulk Regulations. Do I have a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so last month, we had the opportunity to review your application. Essentially, the condition for your side yard that eliminated your ability to put this pool in without a variance was because of a lot line that was done a couple of years ago by your neighbor for them to put in a pool. But given the topography of your property, there's really no other place that you could put the pool. You're not looking for an excessive pool. I think it was 10 by, or 16 by 30, something like that.
15, 20, or
Yeah, so it wasn't excessive, but, and so given that your neighbor's pool is essentially adjacent, any noise that would be coming from that, it's really, would be impacting the neighbor that caused this issue in the first place. So are there any comments or questions from board members on this one?
I'm good.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, we went through it last month, so. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak for or against the request from Melissa Adams and Jason Stradlowski, 18 Appalachian West, Hopewell Junction, requesting a 17-foot sideline variance for a proposed 15 by 20 in-ground pool? Seeing none, do I have a motion to close the public hearings?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
This is appeal number 4152. Applicant is Melissa Adams and Jason Zarlowski, requesting a 17-foot sideline variance from the requirement of Section 194-95 of the Town Code and the Schedule of Bulk Regulations for a proposed 15 feet by 20 feet, 300-square-foot in-ground pool. A resolution offered by zoning board member Aziz Hassan, whereas the applicant seeks to install a 300-square-foot in-ground swimming pool, and whereas due to the topography of the area, any noise or visual impact from the proposed in-ground pool would be limited, and whereas the lot is narrow, so there is no other area in the property that would be conducive to a pool, and whereas this is a type 2 action under SECRA, and whereas a legal notice was published in the Southern Duchess News on February 11th, and whereas the Zoning Board of Appeals finds that the granting of the variance will not produce an undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood, since this is a moderately sized pool and other neighboring property owners already, property owner has a pool. The lot line on the proposed pool side of the property was adjusted by a couple of years ago to accommodate the installation of a pool by the neighbor. This lot line realignment created a hardship for the applicant's ability to meet the proposed pool setbacks in the desired location. The desired result could not be achieved by other means due to the topography and narrow width of the property. The variance could be deemed substantial, but any potential impact are minimized by the topography of the property, and the variance will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Zoning Board of Appeals hereby approves the request of Melissa Adams and Jason Zarowski for a 17-foot sideline variance from the requirements of Section 194-95 of the Town Code and the Schedule of Bulk Regulation for a proposed 15 feet by 20 feet, 300 square foot in-ground pool. Be it further resolved that within 5 business days of the adoption of this resolution, the chair or other duly authorized member of the zoning board shall cause a copy of the resolution to be filed with the town clerk and a copy sent to the applicant owner.
Is there a second?
Second.
Votes as follows: Aziz.
Aye.
Rocco.
Aye.
Alberto.
Aye.
Art.
Aye.
And myself, aye. So your motion carries. You guys are all set. Now you'll just deal with the building department. Okay? Have a good night. All right, that's the end of our public hearing, so we have 2 discussions now. We're going to start with item number 3, Appeal 4153, John Pelasco, 28 Sassafras Circle, Hopewell Junction, requesting a 10-foot rear line variance for a proposed 12 by 18-foot or 216 square foot shed pursuant to Section 194-107 and the Schedule of Bulk Regulations. Good evening.
Hello.
So you are in Hopewell then, or Four Corners? Okay, and so my understanding is you've already gotten approval from your HOA to be able to do this? Okay,
Conditional on your,
but, okay. But essentially, it's because the lots over in Four Corners, it was done as a cluster subdivision, so the lots are smaller than your regular 1-acre zoning. And so your ability to put a shed is very limited to meet the setbacks. What is the color of the shed?
it will be matching the house,
Okay.
so shingles match and shutters
Is it
match.
visible to any of your neighbors?
My neighbors will be able to see it from the back of their house.
Okay. Do you have any screening between you and your neighbors? In
no.
terms of blocking the visibility of that?
Some, yeah, my neighbor has trees by his deck. Yeah, my neighbors have trees by their
Okay.
deck, yep.
Have you spoken with your neighbors about this?
They're fine.
Okay, that helps. If they want to send letters, they don't have to come to the public hearing, they can just send letters in support. So, all right, so comments or questions from board members?
Yeah, I had a concern. You have a jungle gym. Is this a structure that's actually staked to the ground, or how are you holding this jungle gym that's in the back property?
It's attached, it's staked, yep.
Is it on a concrete floor or just?
No.
Would you consider that as a structure that we need to?
It is a structure, but it meets the setbacks that would be required. It's right in the center.
Okay. So again, but it would be just as a accessory structure, or, okay.
Yep.
Okay, other than that, I don't have an issue.
Any other-
have nothing to add.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
All right,
Motion to advertise? Or are you gonna, oh, yeah, motion.
second, all in favor? Aye. All right, so we will see you next month for a public hearing. Just Jackie will give you information about your sign to put on your property.
Okay,
All right, we'll see you next month.
thank you all.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, and last, item number 4, Appeal 4155, LEM Elite Realty, Inc., 551-555 Hosner Mountain Road, Stormville, requesting a special use permit under the zoning ordinance and requiring a site plan pursuant to section 194-132. Good evening.
Good evening.
So you are,
Paul Lanzotti, I own LEM Elite Realty with my
okay,
wife.
all right. Just so I know who we're talking to, so Paul Lanza.
It's just a holding company for the property.
Okay, so this property has a unique history. It's been before this board before, because while it is in a residential area, there has been a commercial use on it, a very limited allowed commercial use.
Correct.
And apparently you're looking, I'm not sure, you're looking to continue this, or what's the issue now?
I bought the building as is.
Right.
I don't want to change it. I'm looking to now sell the property.
Okay.
And people have come to the town to see what the use is, and they've been told it's only residential. But because they did not have a special use permit. Apparently, a special use permit has been found, but I just want to continue the special use permit.
Okay, so you were granted a special permit back in 1999.
I was
you,
not.
the
Somebody
previous,
else.
probably the previous owner. That says 2 businesses are located inside this building will be a computer model machine shop and a mail order business. What businesses are in there now?
Right now, I'm just working by myself in there, but I ran basically a restoration business. So I stored dehumidifiers and fans in the warehouse section, and I used the office space upstairs as
I'm
my
not sure
office,
that was...
writing estimates.
I'm not sure that was allowed, honestly. According to the resolution, the applicant understands that there will be no expansion of this business since it's the non-conforming use in a residential zone. So
But it
it's,
was a storage facility. That's all we did, was store stuff there. That's all that's ever been there. It's garages.
the 2 businesses located inside this building will be a computer model machine shop
There's no machine shop.
and a mail order business. All right, how many employees did you have?
We had 3 people in the office.
How many employees did you have?
Well, we had 4 guys that would come in, pick up equipment, and leave. So they
And 3
weren't
people
on-
in the office, so you had
Yes.
7 people, okay?
Yes.
The other part of the special use permit, employees will be limited to 6.
But I thought it's 6 on site.
It just says employees will be limited to 6. I'm just reading the
Well, that's okay. but
special permit,
At this
so,
time, there's 1.
okay.
There's nobody there. I sold my business. I don't have that business anymore. So all that's there is me using an office space.
So you're here now,
To paraphrase, he's trying to get clarification of what this special permit may allow going forward, because he's trying to
because
sell
he's
the
not in a
property.
business zone, he's in
No,
a residential
residential,
zone with a
right.
non-conforming use. Why is it not appropriate to have this property returned to residential use?
It's, I can't imagine. The building that was built for this is 100 feet long. It's 32 feet deep.
I'm gonna have to go
and
back and do a site visit and see this one.
It's it doesn't look big from the road, but if you go around the back and you see it, it's long, it doesn't fit into a residential, it's not a house, it would be very difficult to,
And Norma, the other thing we realized too is that the building straddles 2 parcels
yes.
that were never combined at any point in this
You
special
own
permit.
both lots?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
You own both lots?
Yeah, I pay tax, you have to, the building is on both.
And they should have done that back in '99,
Right, I agree.
and it just didn't happen.
So I spoke to them downstairs, and I'm trying to go through the county to maybe try to merge these 2 lots, because I just pay 2 tax bills, but one is like undeveloped. The one tax bill, $200, and the other one is $14,000, so it's significantly different.
All right,
But
is,
you can't separate the lots.
part of the application that came in with us is something labeled a site plan.
Yes.
This is not really a site plan, to be honest. I don't see any landscaping. I see truck parking. It doesn't delineate where that truck parking is, so,
I think it's just to be in the back of the building.
yeah, but the neighbors are entitled to know that there are designated spaces, how many trucks are going to be in there, what's the screening that's required to be on the site if you've got a business use in a residential area. So I'm not impressed with this as a site plan, okay? Just,
That's
you're
okay,
gonna
I
need
didn't
to
know,
give
I
me
was
a-
just told, I took the survey, I had an engineer draw up the use for it, and was never told landscaping, everything has been there, the
So there's a
neighbors.
single-family house on here as well?
Yes.
I see the difference in the size of the single-family house versus the,
It's not a big house, but it's a two-bedroom house.
it says one-story frame house and two-story frame building. You've also got a storage unit tarp? What is that, all the way on the edge of the property?
That was there when I bought it too. It's like a Quonset hut, like a green.
It's right on the property line.
It's
What's
over
in there
I
now?
don't- It's been there. I bought it there. It was there when I bought it.
What shape is it in?
I mean, it looks like a little, like you put it's arched.
How
So
long have
it's
you owned this property?
end of 2007, 18 years.
Because I don't see any variance granted in the special permit from the zoning board for a structure to be on the property line.
No, there wasn't.
They don't run a tight ship like you, Norma.
What?
They don't run a tight ship like you.
Brown noser.
What is that structure?
It's a Quonset hut, so it's
But
like.
that is a aluminum?
What's
Yeah,
the
so it's
size
like
of it? There's
Aluminum
no-
pipes, and then it's like a tarp, but it's not a
So
tarp.
it's a canvas structure
it's
that's
not a
not
tarp.
allowed in our
Canvas
town.
or aluminum metal
Yeah,
roof?
Oh, it's a metal
skeleton.
roof.
It's a skeleton with.
Right.
a tarp.
Fabric?
It's not a tarp, though, it is a.
It's a
it's
canvas
heavy-duty.
structure.
Canvas.
Designed for it, wraps around the pipes, and
A temporary, allowed as a temporary structure, no?
Fabric-covered structures aren't allowed, so we just have to get eyes on it. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. What's the
'Cause when I
ability
think
of removing
Quonset- I
that?
think Quonset hut, I think metal roof.
no.
It says tarp.
Okay.
It's one piece that just covers like that, and they have stakes in the ground, and then with like ratchet straps pulls it tight
Is
on
it
the
being
frame.
used now?
Is it being, not really, it's
Can
just,
it be removed?
yeah, it's
Okay.
just, there's just
I mean,
nothing in there. It's like stuff that can be thrown out.
okay, understand for board members, the reason this is coming to us as a site plan is because it's a non-conforming use. So we actually will have to notice the planning board that we will need to be lead agency to review this and, review the site plan. This is one of those few times when the zoning board has jurisdiction over a site plan. So I would expect a full site plan to come to us that shows a landscape plan, that shows delineated parking, that shows me the measurements of things, of structures. I should know the measurements of these buildings. I have measurements to property lines. That's about it, except for this Quonset hut, okay? I don't see anything at all for this. I see multiple roadways or driveways, asphalt. One just like stops. And
It's
then
not, it's none of the, only the upper driveway is
this
asphalt.
one stops, okay, here, and then here it says truck parking. So
There's no
what is the-
asphalt there. There's a concrete slab kind of in the middle. I don't know what that was for. We've just left it there.
Yeah, there's a concrete pad.
Yeah.
That's here. It's this little box.
Yep,
But what else is here? What landscaping is here?
there's none.
What's
It's
the
just,
contours of this property,
it's just you can drive back there, but there's no landscaping back there.
Is it wooded? What can your neighbors see? How impactful is
Well, it's all
this?
surrounded by the woods, trees.
That's what I'm
and-
trying to get at.
You
I'm
can't
not
see.
familiar with this area, with this property at all,
It's
so.
an extremely private back section. You can't see anything back.
So even on this property line where the Quonset hut is, there's trees?
That's a swamp.
That's a swamp.
On the other side it's not mine, but it's a swamp, it's water, it's tree, it's thick, and it goes out to, I think it says on there, I don't know if that one says it, I have a survey that says the Knapp's property, they're the neighbor
This is the
back.
Knapp, right, correct.
Right, they're on the other side of that swamp,
Okay,
but you
so
really
how
can't
far away
see.
is that swamp? Do we have to worry about a buffer area for any kind of wetland?
I believe there is, there are wetlands back there, I think.
Do we have to worry about a buffer area for wetlands? Has Michelle looked at this?
Michelle and I did a memo on it, but we have not gone much further than a memo.
Okay. All right,
It's swampy, there's a little stream, and then there's just kind of swampy on the other side, too. It's kind of
Okay.
swampy all around it, in the back.
I need to go see this property.
Welcome to come.
Can I call you one day and I'll
Of
come
course,
out and-
I said that when I went down there, come and look at it.
Yeah, I
This is
need to
how I
take a look
bought
at
it, I
this.
just want to be able to sell it.
All right, and just, I need to see its impact on the neighborhood and just, I mean, if it makes sense, it makes sense. I mean, a building like that, now that I'm seeing the size difference,
When I bought it, it had,
I will say this, that the parcel that is vacant, that has to be combined because of the building,
right,
the building has been built, the building has a CO,
right.
but it does abut the New York State DEC wetlands that do have buffers, but this building was permitted back in 99.
I know, but if that's the case, there's a Quonset hut that shows up on a site plan now that is not mentioned in the ZBA approval
Yep.
from
And that sits right in the wetland.
26 years ago.
That sits in the wetland.
that can come down, that's a very disposable type piece.
But then again, we've also got a driveway. Was that there previously? Because you've got a parking area in the front. This asphalt area that's in the front shows a pull-off and everything for parking here, which if you only had 6 employees, could have been a
That's-
reasonable parking area.
That's parking for the single-family house.
All the way over here?
It's just, there's a walkway to the driveway.
Parking for the special permit for the 6 employees was to be at the back of the building.
In the back of the building, where there's 5 garage bays.
That's in the special permit in the memo.
We're requesting a special permit to put 2 businesses in a non-conforming industrial building at 551 Hosner Mountain Road, Stormville, which is an R2 residential zone. Property is in the ownership of Petty. The building department has produced a building permit issued in 1979, or 1970, sorry, verifying the fact that a commercial building application was granted. There was a plot plan showing a proposed building which is now existing. The 2 businesses located inside this building will be a computer model machine shop and a mail order business. The hours will be 8 to 6, and the parking for employees should be to the rear of the building. Got it. So that was included in the resolution, so we're covered there. Employees will be limited to 6. The applicant understands that there will be no expansion of the business since it is a non-conforming use in a residential zone. After reviewing this application and the short form EAF, the board has determined that this application has no adverse effects or impacts on the community or surrounding area, and therefore the board adopts a negative declaration and the notice of determination of non-significance, and it was voted and carried unanimously. Okay. The variance is good for 1 year from the date it was granted. Variances are renewable for an additional year if requested by the applicant?
That doesn't make any sense, I think.
That doesn't make any sense.
I don't think that's legally correct, so I think we're just going to have to ignore that.
That's the note at the bottom of the of the... Okay,
Me.
all right. What are you trying to do here? If it's building's vacant now and you want to sell it, what do you want to do?
I don't want to do anything but have it, the special use permit, so that when I sell it to somebody, they could say, okay, it is commercial, they do have, it is approved in this residential zone, then they can come and file, this is what business I want to have in this building.
Okay.
I don't care what they do, I just,
Well,
I'm
we
not.
do.
Well, but I don't, because I care. I bought the building, and I've always used it as one business. It said 2, they
Right,
gave a
2 are
variance.
allowed.
But I never used 2. I just used the office space and storage. That's all we ever used it for. And
But
then-
all your storage was inside?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I didn't store anything outside. I don't have anything to store outside, like
What's the square
dehumidifiers.
footage of the building?
Excuse me?
What is the square footage of the building?
Somewhere in the 6,000 to 6,400 square feet.
Again, the dimensions of the building on here would be helpful, because that, we could then figure out, there's just no information here.
I think it's 100 foot by 32.
Judge back then, we can't blame him either.
It's definitely 100 feet long.
Okay.
So can you have Mike update this to make
Yeah.
it more like a site plan? That's what she was,
I don't know,
Mike Gillespie.
He's the engineer who did it.
The
but-
engineer who
And
did
you want him to add the landscaping, like where there's a tree and?
Michael
should know.
understands what a site plan requirements are, okay? Landscaping should be on here. At a minimum, show us the area immediately surrounding it, and just, he can just show a line of disturbance, or, you know, that there's that this whole part of the property is treed. That's fine. I don't need to see every single tree. I'm not looking for that. What I'm looking for is, what's the front look of this property? Okay, so how impactful is it to anybody driving by? Are they going to see, what is that building doing there? It sounds like they're not.
You did
but-
until I bought it. When I bought it, it was 10-inch wide, piece of brown cedar over yellow homosome, so it was striped this way, and it was weird. So we submitted a letter, I did it, this is back in 2008, there's a letter in here, we changed the siding.
Okay.
So it's all vinyl clapboard, it kind of matches, it looks like a residential house.
Okay, all right.
So it kind of blends in, it doesn't stick out.
And what's the Quonset hut, though?
You can't see it, it's
You can't
back
see
in the,
Yeah, but it's going to be removed anyway.
It's going to be removed, yeah.
it's dark green and it's
I
tucked
mean,
into the
at a minimum, it looks like it touches the property line.
It
so
it might,
at a
I don't know
minimum, that's
exactly where
gotta
that
go.
property line is.
Is there any kind of fencing? Is there any kind of, no? Okay.
No.
But it would be helpful, I want to see the parking spaces delineated.
Yep.
I want to make sure that there's a limited 6 parking spaces, or a limit of 6 employees. We need to be sure that any future owner and user of this property understands the restrictions.
We don't have to paint parking stripes back there, do we?
No, but you can delineate parking, you know,
You can put
bumper
a
stops,
cur- You
yeah.
can put a curb.
Yeah, that's true.
At the front, so you got 6 curb stops, 6 spaces.
It's just as it's all garage doors,
The whole back of the building is garage doors?
5 garage bays. So you can't really,
Did the employees park on the other side of
they
that?
kind of park,
There's 4 concrete pads. Are each of those like a loading zone? On the back of the building, it says concrete pad. 4
those
times.
are, oh, okay, I know what you're talking about, outside of,
The back of the
I think it's only
building.
3.
Says 4, and then there's an oil tank right smack in
Maybe
the
there's a
middle.
4th, but there's,
2 of
yes,
them are really
there's-
small, 2 are really
Yeah,
small,
they're
and
just-
2 are pretty big.
it's probably just a shovel in front of the doors, really, or
Could be.
before you come in to drive into a bay or walk in, because some of the
Okay.
bays are doors, right?
So
there
there's
was
5 garage doors.
5 bays. There's
I mean,
3 garage doors.
You can have the curb on the opposite side where you show a concrete pad, you can have 6 parking there shown
Yeah,
there.
well, that's where everybody would park,
Yeah,
like
but
park
again-
alongside they would park next to that concrete
But again, as
slab,
long as it's on,
or by the building.
as long as it's on the site plan, then we can say, okay, well, that's where the employee, 6 people are going to park. So that's what we're looking for.
Okay.
Is there a refuse enclosure on the concrete pad in the middle of the parking lot?
A refuse enclosure?
Is there a...
Dumpster?
Where's your dumpster?
There isn't one. There's just like garbage pails upstairs that Royal picks up.
Upstairs.
Upstairs, the second, up on top, between the house, there's another garage.
So the residential the residential house has garbage pickup?
Like recycling and that's all that's there are those bins. There's no other garbage pickup there.
Okay.
There's another garage, I think it's on the plan, but there's another garage on the up top that's connected to the 100-foot building. They were kind of, I think it was originally, now I'm just telling you what I heard. I heard in 1948, the house was built with a detached garage.
Okay.
I was told in 1960 that building was built, but the town has no record of it until the 70s.
Right, 1970, yeah.
Right, but that building that was built was attached to that detached garage. So
Okay.
they're connected by a door, and so when you come up to the front, there's a little single garage door and the building. So the building doesn't look as long, because that kind of shortens the
Right,
appearance of it.
cuts it off a little bit.
Right, so it's kind of has that jog, so there's that there. So up next to that garage, that's where there's, the Royal karting bins.
Okay, 'cause that makes sense, because it looks like the asphalt driveway goes right to that out,
It goes
out
straight
part of the
in
building, and it goes straight, right?
to that garage.
Okay, all right,
Yeah,
I
that's
think-
up top.
Yeah, I think a site visit
yeah.
would help because there's just so many little,
Well, do you want to do a single site visit, or each of us just get there on our
No,
own?
you can just do it, and I'll be
Okay.
fine with that.
Okay. Does
because
somebody
there's so
live in the
many-
house now?
Yes, there are tenants in the house.
Okay.
In the single-family house,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. I mean, with Matt going there and doing his
Yeah.
search, and then Norma, you doing it, I think we've got 2 people doing it.
Okay.
I'll be fine with that.
Because Matt takes a lot
But
of
again,
pictures.
make sure that all the dimensions are here, because right now, just make sure that he does a site plan and tell him to put all the dimensions of all the structures that are here, so we know what we're looking at.
Okay, yeah, that's, it's the
Especially
building.
parking, okay, especially parking, so the
Got it.
dimensions of the buildings and the parking area, I need to see designated, or how many spaces can fit there.
I think he left off the landscaping and stuff because we're not doing anything. I think he kind of thought,
I know you're not. The question is, when we do a public hearing and we hear from the neighbors of this property, are the neighbors going to ask for something? And that's what we need to be clear. There's a lot of existing trees and vegetation there now, and so it might not be necessary, or is it necessary? That's what, before we get to the public hearing,
the adjacent neighbors have been there long before, so they all
Okay.
know it's been there, I guess, for a long time.
But all of the
If you just moved
neighbors-
into the neighborhood, you'd just think it was a house.
okay, all right. All right, so for the zoning board's purpose, yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
going to add just one more thing. In addition to the other comments about having your design professional make this a site plan,
Yep.
because you're asking for a commercial business, we should also identify that commercial business should have a refuse enclosure and
Right.
garbage for that business or 2 businesses, whatever they may be. So he should also delineate a place
Like a
in the back.
3-yard dump?
Yeah, for a gated, enclosed pad where a dumpster would go. And then Royal would pick that up with a front loader and dump it. Yeah, so
Yeah,
he
'cause-
should just identify a location on the site plan for that.
All right, does that matter in respect to, like, there's obviously the dry area that, and then kind of dips down to where there's like a stream, and I called it a swamp, it's wet. Does it matter how far that is from where those
It could.
reeds and
Could.
everything come up? Just because you bring a truck back there to pick something like that up, the easiest thing is just come straight back. 'cause they're
Oh, I
gonna be
agree.
Backing up.
It could be in the far right-hand corner behind the building.
I would think where that Quonset hut is, like straight back in front of that, because then they
Well-
can just back
Well,
straight
that's the
down.
left side, not the right
Quonset
side.
hut, though, that's completely in the wetlands.
Yeah, but not there.
Okay.
Is the
This way
driveway in
and
the
straight.
wetlands?
Do you see the driveway on the paper, on the site plan?
Yeah, but here's what's so hard. So the Quonset hut is over there.
Oh, it's this way. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So here's the house,
Yep.
there's the building, so like over in this.
But this is wetlands too, or this is the buffer?
That's all DEC, wetland.
So don't we need a buffer then from that as well? Yeah, so it's gonna be
It's gonna have to be right next to the
right
building.
next to the building. Yeah.
Yeah, again, between Mike,
For whoever can see it, the blue area is
I mean,
wetlands?
your engineer, they can figure it out. Because he has access to all the documents.
Only place they can put
So
it.
he can figure out, oh, we need a 100-foot buffer here, and this is where we'll put the refuse pad for future use,
All right,
which is
that's
fine.
for
The
that.
building is literally to the edge of the DEC wetlands.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, the Quonset hut, I don't know, the line may be right behind it, I don't know where it is
Yeah, it
over
is
there
too
because
close, yeah.
The lot is weird. It's a small, it just sticks into the building, so I'm not sure exactly where it lands in that. And I think Mike took that off of his survey was done.
That's what I wanted
Before I
to see, when is this survey from?
Well, I purchased this, well, I got a survey that looks just like his from 2007, before I purchased it. This is what Mike drew.
The only date is for the site plan, special permit site plan. That's January of this year.
I just did that.
Boundaries,
That's
here it
me,
is.
right?
Boundary survey information as per plan entitled Survey Map of the Lands of David O. Bliss and Ann Bliss, Irrevocable Trust to be conveyed to LEM Elite Realty, Inc., dated November 6, 2007. So you're using...
That's this one.
So you're using, or Michael was using as his basis...
Yes, he took that
A
survey.
survey that is 20 years old.
He took that survey, correct. That's the only survey I have of the property. It was done right before we purchased it. And all that stuff, which I can give it to you, all that stuff was there.
Okay.
There's nothing changed.
Is there a residential apartment besides the
There
single-family
is,
house?
and that was there when I purchased it also. It's small.
Where is that residential apartment?
It's on the far left of the building. And
Wait,
it was-
there's another apartment in here?
There's a one-bedroom apartment that was built, I'm thinking it was built when the place was built because there's a separate door into the stone and it's been-
Your site plan says,
Look at D.
the site, yeah, I just see, the site has served as a construction site, construction office, storage use, in addition to a residential apartment use since 2007.
No, that apartment's been there for, I don't know
So
how long.
where is the apartment?
It's on the far end of the left of the
The
building,
left side of the building, so straight ahead
on the second floor.
on the second floor.
Anything up on the second floor. There was nothing approved up on the second floor.
There's what?
There was nothing approved up on the second floor.
Yeah, nobody seems to have a record of that apartment, but it was there when I bought it.
Yeah, but again, it could be,
So there's a residential, it's an income-producing property that you have you're renting out the house, and you've got an apartment, which is a caretaker's property, which is allowed in business zones. But how big is this apartment?
It's a one-bedroom, and I don't even know if it's 600 square feet.
That's important to know.
yeah, we need,
I can have actually, well, he was supposed to, Mike has all the floor plan to do it, but,
Yeah, you need to, if you want to keep it.
yeah, I'll put the floor plan on the site plan with all the dimensions. It's,
Permits and everything for it, if you want to keep it.
Right, but let's make sure we want to keep it first, because now we've got 2 residential uses and a business use. So wait, so maybe some of the parking is for the tenants?
You can only have one caretaker.
Caretaker.
he,
You
Yeah.
only have one caretaker, so what's the house
Well, the house is a separate residential use
on the same parcel?
on the same parcel.
it's on, that's tricky because
Although technically,
The apartment
to his
is-
defense, the lot line runs through the building probably where that special apartment is. So probably the apartment's on the other lot.
yes. That apartment is more likely on that smaller
I got you
lot
covered on that one.
than the other lot.
Oh, my goodness.
The lot line runs through the building, and so he's got an apartment on one property and the house is on the other property.
But it's,
I get it, but I see both sides of it. All right, we need to
I'm
clean.
just trying
We
to- I
need to
just-
clean this up, all right? I don't know what your timeline is, but this, just a heads up,
Quick, because I have
It's
potential
gonna-
buyers.
it's going to take a little bit of time, because at a minimum tonight, I would like to get a resolution or approval from this board to serve notice on all of the involved agencies that we would be looking to declare ourselves the lead agency. And that is, I have to give 30 days notice to any of the other agencies, like the county, like the town planning board, okay? Because we would be reviewing the site plan, but they, obviously with their, I would want them to take a look at it. So,
I'm listening to you
so
guys.
then, in 30 days, our next meeting is, when's our next meeting? Who has a meeting? March 24th, and today is February 20th. That's not even 30, it's not even 30 days, because February only has 28 days. So unless we hear explicitly yes from any of the agencies, and I don't even know what agencies they are, hopefully our attorneys will help us figure that one out. Unless we hear yes, we can't even declare ourselves lead agency at the next meeting, okay? So I'm just warning you that this.
It's okay.
It's going to take a little bit of time. That's, let's get it started. So
Whatever
at
you
a
have.
minimum, I'll make the motion for us, the board, to give notice of our intent to declare ourselves lead agency on this matter for the special permit and any required variances. reviewing the site plan, et cetera. So is there a second to that motion?
Second.
Okay, any questions or concern, discussion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, good. So Jackie, Michael, you guys can work on making sure that notice gets out as expeditiously as possible, but making sure it's correct, obviously, that we get all of the involved agencies, because I don't even know who else has to review this. All right, now, how does he deal with cleaning up the property line? Is that something we need to be worrying about? Because again, we got one
that would be-
residential use on one property and another residential use on the other property. Is that something?
We might merge the lots, it's not require them to merge the lots
Yeah,
at
I
some
think
point,
so.
but I think we have to do a little bit more digging to see why exactly it's been 2 lots. I don't know if at some
Right.
point there was some subdivision. Obviously, this is not a normal property or situation.
No, not at all.
This will,
No, and I know it's, I know.
I bought it, everything's exact.
I know
did
this
put
has
new
nothing to
carpet
do
and
with
paint,
you,
But
yeah.
that's about it. And that's why I got kind of caught off guard with this. I'm
That's
just
fine,
trying
again,
the right thing.
exactly, that's the important thing, is that we cleaned it up now and just make sure that anybody going forward knows exactly what's allowed here, what's not allowed here, and we've got clean records for the town's purposes. I do need to have the town planner review the wetland issue, again, buffer. Mike, your professional, design professional, should also be aware of the fact that there are wetlands,
He knows.
the wetlands should be delineated on a site plan.
Okay.
That information should be on here.
All right,
All
I think he
right,
thought I think he was thinking, look, it's done, it's old, we're just trying to
No.
get some
No, he
paperwork.
knows,
None of the board members on here were on this board in 1999, all right? So he's got to presume we know nothing. We're picking up the pieces. That's why I'm saying I'm not even familiar with the property. I'll call you and I'll come on over and take a look at it.
and
Yeah,
Mike,
you have my number? You have everything in the paperwork,
It's on the
right?
application?
On the
It
application.
should be, yeah.
Yes, I have a cell phone
and
number.
Just call me and,
do we really need to have the lot lines removed? Or leave it on?
He has to do that.
Yeah.
And what's gonna
On one building on 2 lots.
That
Understand
structure's
that.
on 2 lots.
Correct, but what happens
but
is,
that's with the county,
We
right?
did a municipal search today, we'd call it out as an encroachment. We'd say the building
okay,
From
that
one
is on
lot
this
encroaches
So,
on the
but
second.
again,
encroaches on Y.
correct. But the lot line removal has to be handled by the
County
planning board.
clerk.
Planning
County
board.
clerk.
Or-
County clerk's office.
No, it goes to the planning board.
No, if you're merging 2 lots, it's not he's not looking for a lot line realignment.
Oh, okay.
Merging 2 lots.
Okay.
So there isn't an encroachment issue.
It's 2 lots by the same owner. It's-
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
It's more paper than
So then
anything else.
that is not an issue for the planning, okay.
Right.
If they get merged, do I have more of a problem with the apartment?
I don't know.
That's going to be
But
another
again,
issue.
if we're granting variances, let's grant the variances that's needed, okay? But I do want to see how big it is. There is a minimum square footage requirement for an apartment.
Okay, I don't know.
Nobody's ever inspected this apartment. We need to make sure it is safe for somebody to be living there, okay?
Is there anyone living in the apartment right now?
Yes, there's somebody living there.
Yeah, some basic fundamental records have to be
So-
created.
when we come over, at least myself, I'm going to need to get into all portions. you know,
I got
outside
keys
the
to
apartment.
everything.
Okay. So
He's
just give
fine.
them, give them notice, so,
He
you know.
used to work for me, so
Okay.
that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, I won't need to see the apartment or anything, just as Matt can get in there and make sure it's,
Yeah, okay. So right now, we will see you next month?
well, we're going to let you know, because
Yeah,
Might be
we're
2
going to put this
months.
as a placeholder on the application, but there may not be anything for us to do yet.
Okay.
Because if we don't have the 30 days notice, then we can't take any action, we can't do anything just yet, except to maybe review a revised site plan.
Might get bumped to 8.
Mike might need more than 30 days, though, given the wetlands and everything else to get all that on here. So check with Jackie like a week before
Yeah.
about whether you're even needed at the next
Okay.
meeting, but it will stay on the agenda as a placeholder, and we'll just say there's no new information at this time, or something like that.
If I get Mike to update the site plan, just drop it off with Jackie?
Yes, please.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, keep Jackie as the repository of all information related to this application, because if any of your neighbors want to come in and review the file, they should be going to the one place, because it's all related to this application. Okay?
Yeah, I don't know, I wish somebody came when I first went I said, just come see it, it's been like this. I don't know what to,
Yeah, no, that's why this board needs to kind of understand what's going on first before we
you
can.
should come see the building.
Yeah, I will. No, don't worry. It's, you know,
Because I
just
call
not in
it
the
a
middle of a
building.
snowstorm.
From the front, you think it's a house. So it's kind of deceiving. So I think you should see it, especially from the
One heck of
back.
a house, though, 100 feet long.
It doesn't look that big because it
Because
has
of
that
that
jog of that garage. So
Okay.
kind of, it doesn't appear to be as big as it is till you walk inside.
All right, well, when,
Let me know. Do you
And then
do you need
next week or
anything
so,
else
I'll
from
give
me,
you a
or do you
shout.
want me out of your hair?
we're done with this for this evening. We have made the motion to, to circulate for lead agency, so we'll do that as soon as we can. And then again, when the site plan is ready, we'll have a further discussion. And the town planner the town planner's had an opportunity to review all the information, and our building, department has had the opportunity to go out and do their
With
site.
the
visit as
site
well.
plan, do you want me to attach or have Mike include the floor plan with the measurements?
That's
Because I
gonna
have all
be-
that, I sent it all to him, but he said
We're
he
going to
didn't
need
need
to
it.
know that it meets town code.
Okay.
Okay, because again, if it doesn't, then there could be another variance required there.
No, it probably does, but
Okay, but again, make sure
It's got to
Mike,
be 600 square feet, that's what I'm getting at.
it's at least 600.
Oh, I thought you said before, you're not even sure that it was
No,
600.
I think it's I'm going to guess 650,
yeah,
based on the part of the building that it's cut out of and what's not on that
Okay,
part.
what's on the second floor of the rest of the building?
It's just like offices. They're like,
So you've got storage down below, and then the office space is up above.
yeah.
Is there an elevator in this building?
No, there's no elevator. It's
Do-
staircase off the
Does the
back end.
public come, just the employees come there, or does the public ever come to this site?
Just employees. For me, I don't know who,
Well, that's what I want to get at for any going forward use here. There's no accessibility beyond stairs to the second floor, it may limit the use of that second floor.
well, you can come in the front too of the second floor. You don't have to come in.
Oh, is the second floor, is that grade level in the front?
It originally, and I had a
I need to see
permit,
this.
I had a permit, and that's the only thing we changed on the building. The front of the building was an overhead door. So that's why it was like striped with this overhead door, and it just looked weird. And in the neighborhood, it looked weird. So
Okay.
I took that overhead door, and we got a permit and a CO inspections, and we changed it to a double
Okay,
door that comes in. So you walk into, it's a double door, but it's only one operates,
but it's on the second floor.
on the second floor,
on the front,
on the front.
but the back, it's,
It stinks because my plow guy is burying it and I'm digging out snowbanks to get to the front door. But you drive straight,
you and everybody else in town right now.
you drive straight up and there's a
Second
double
floor.
door. That's the upstairs. There's a door off to that side that goes to the apartment. There's the garage door, there's the house, and then if you go around the back, it's,
Okay. Thank you for your cooperation and helping us
I'm
understand
happy to take
this,
you for a
'cause
tour.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah. All right,
on,
you-
everybody,
all right,
come
you can go
over.
with me. We can go two board members, we can't go three at a time, but we can-
Just let me know when you want to come see it.
we'll give you a call, no
All right,
problem.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn?
Second?
All in favor? Aye.